Welcome back to another edition of the Locker Room Report. I'm Brady Beedon, joined, as always, by head coach Paul Winters. Coach, as always, we'll talk about the week before. Homecoming, Northern Michigan came in, played well for a bit, but in the third quarter, fourth quarter, Northern Michigan took advantage, ended up getting the come-from-behind win. What'd you see when you turned on the film, and now that you've had a little bit of time to digest the game, what were your thoughts?
Well, there's frustration when you don't win. That never changes. But our guys competed really well, did some great things offensively at times. The biggest concern is not being able to continue that. And I think part of that is our youth. Guys, when they have success, they tend to lose focus. And when they have adversity, they tend to struggle to overcome it. And I think that's where we are right now. But we're growing, and we're going to continue to get better as the season goes on.
1-4 right now in some close losses. Some people frustrated. What would your message be to fans that are a little frustrated with the start and wanted to see some results flipped?
Well, they didn't want to see it more than I did, So there's no one in the world more frustrated than I am with the overall record. But I also look at the fact that an A.J. Nichols was our MVP, a true freshman wide receiver who is maybe the best freshman at this point that we've had at that position. And really, if you look at the three starters at wide receiver this week, they were all freshmen. You look at Kendall Williams and how he's playing as a sophomore. So you look at the offensive line, you see how young they are, and you say, well, these guys put up over 500 yards almost, and they're all freshmen and sophomores. So you say, okay, you know what? When you're playing freshmen and sophomores, you're going to struggle a little bit, but you also know that you're going to have great success as they work hard and they continue to grow.
Growing, this is a big time to grow up. Long bus trip to the UP. It doesn't matter if Tech's undefeated, winless, same with Northern. When you go up to the UP, it feels like it takes a day and a half to get there. It's always a tough test, and especially for a young team, this could be a maturation game of going on the road and getting a win. What do you think about the process of going on the road, and then Tech is what Tech has always been, a big physical team?
You'd never think that I would say, hey, I can't wait to get on the road. But you can play too many games in a row at home. I think that you become a little bit stagnant, and you kind of take it for granted. I'd rather go away, come home, and do that kind of stuff. But this is a great road trip for a team that's been home for 4 weeks, because it is a true road trip. We're going to get a chance to know each other. We're going to get a chance to be around each other. Really just exclusively for a full day, and
that's just on the bus.
That's just on the bus, exactly right. So I think it's good. I think it'll be a positive, because when you go to Michigan Tech, it's truly just you. You get some family members that go up there, but it's truly just the guys who travel up on the bus, and it's you against the world, and I think our guys will really grow from that.
One thing you always preach is toughness, both physical and mental. The trip's the mental part. The game's going to be the physical part. Going to have that little fall chill in the air. It's going to be a little colder up in Houghton, and Michigan Tech is going to play as physical brand A football as anyone you will see on your schedule. What do you want to see from your team in this matchup against a very physical Husky team? Well,
I love the fact that they're playing a physical brand of football, because no one plays a more physical brand than we do. So it's a great our strength against their strength. Their offensive line is really good. It'll be great because our defensive line is really good. And so it's again, our strength against their strength. I think it's going to be a battle of, really survival. Whoever survives the punches, because punches will be thrown. And, we know they're tough. I appreciate their toughness. I appreciate their work ethic. And our guys are excited about it.
Michigan Tech's record 1-4, but we were talking before we started the interview. A lot of their games have been tough. They went to Texas and lost to Midwestern State. They went to Minnesota and lost to St. Thomas. Most recently, they had a lead against Davenport in Davenport that they lost. So the record might not be wholly reflective of how tough this Husky team will be.
Well, I don't think our record's wholly reflective of how tough we are. You know, we have at least 2 or 3 of the games that we've played that we should have won. And obviously, if you're looking at a 3-2 football team as opposed to a 1-4 football team, you feel differently. And that's the frustrating thing for us. So I don't really worry about their record. I know they're good football. I know their coaches are really good coaches. I've got great respect for this program and this team. And, you know, we've got to be ready to play.
One last question. How does Coach Winters kill the time going up to Michigan Tech on about a 10-hour bus ride?
You know, it's usually the movie Tombstone and a couple other movies surrounded by it. So we'll have a few DVDs on the way up.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Have a safe trip up there. He's Coach Paul Winters. Joins me every week for the Locker Room Report, and I'm Brady Beedon, and you're listening to WDTK The Patriot.